All right, welcome everyone to this episode of Flashback Aerobiz on the Super Nintendo system. This is Dane here, and with me as always is Danny. How's it going today, Danny?
Pretty good, man. Looking forward to seeing some Aerobiz.
All right, you ready for some sweet airline management?
Oh yeah, that's like whenever I wake up every morning, that's like the first thing I think of is like, man, I could really go for some airline management simulation action.
I mean, that's how, in this economy, man, we need to diversify our skills.
Are you setting up a little comp stomp game?
Well, you know me, I always play on Tell Me a Story mode, but I'm playing it legit this time on normal, so they might stomp my butt.
All right.
But we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of already screwed at the moment because I'm flanked by Japan and LA, so I'm not in a good spot, geographically speaking. Oh, I guess it's New York. I guess I made a mistake. It's New York this time, but I'm surrounded.
So what is this game?
Okay, so the whole point of the game is you want to make the biggest airline in the world. So, good timing. Here's our business plan. We need to link at least 22 cities together through air routes, get 3,500k passengers a quarter, and make sure we're in the green for profits in order to win.
Okay.
And so essentially we just make air routes together, and that's it. Make air routes and make money and hope we win.
So what's your starting position here?
So I am in Vancouver, the only Canadian city in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And not exactly the easiest start, because one of the little tricks they do in the game to kind of add a layer of difficulty is different starting spots gets different starting money. So New York and Tokyo and London are like the easy cities because they get lots of money, whereas Vancouver or like Beijing or Iran, like Tehran, gets like nothing. So I'm kind of just in the middle.
Isn't Vancouver like a pretty big airport though?
It is today, but you know, this is Koei speaking. They might be like, Canada, who cares? And such.
If you fly over to Asia, like, would you fly out of Vancouver if you were starting in Canada?
It depends on location. So being from Nova Scotia, generally I would be flying to Toronto first, and then sometimes it'll go straight from Toronto to Asia, or sometimes I gotta go to Vancouver then to Asia.
Okay. All right. So what are you doing here? I see slots.
Yeah. So in order to get flights at an airport, you need like actual docking slots, and so I'm just buying like open spots at these airports.
Oh, for planes?
Yep, for planes. So it's kind of like gates. Think of them as like the gates at the airport. And so, you know, this is giving me the rights to have like 5 flights at a gate for that airport.
Who's this dude here? This dude with glasses?
So these are my executives. These first 3 are the ones that will buy the slots for me. And so the red bar is just like how long it'll take. So the game goes in 3-quarter increments. 3-month increments, so by quarters. And then this guy, he'll just give away the slots. He'll just sell them for me if I have too many, because they cost me money.
Do you have to like put them in cities or something?
Yeah,
or I
gotta pick the city and how many I want. So, this was a bad month right here. Sales, not that good. Expenses,
it's all right.
Lots.
You gotta work from the bottom.
Dude, at least Air USA made nothing, so I'm kind of happy. They're my biggest competition.
How long does a whole game typically take?
You get 20 years. So 80
No,
turns.
like in real time.
Oh, real time?
Like if you were to sit down for a game, how long would it take you to complete it?
I'd say 1 to 2 hours.
So can you save your game?
Yep, you can save the game.
Okay. Nice.
Ooh, Sydney's gonna host the Olympics next year.
What are these on the? Okay, there's like menu elements on the bottom. Yeah, right here. What are these?
Okay, so this one is make my routes. This one is buy slots for my planes, for my flights. This one's buy airplanes. My budget. So I was in it before. My repair budget, advertising, service on the planes. Here I can just make ads. This one I can buy hotels or make branches, hubs. And this one is I can ask my staff, what they think I should do. So she's saying Vancouver to Honolulu. That's where they're telling me I should go.
Nice.
So, you know what? I'm going to take that advice. I got one person not doing anything. He needs to earn his pay. No slackers on this team. Let's go to Honolulu.
Okay, is this the Honolulu music?
It's the Honolulu music. Yeah, every city gets their own unique music. So, which is pretty good if you like the music. If you can't stand the music, it's it's gonna get really annoying really quickly.
So how did you so you played this as a kid, like a young kid, right?
Yes, I had a very depraved childhood where I played airline management games as an elementary school student.
Like, how does one, especially as a kid, if you're like a 35-year-old man or like an 80-year-old man, then I can see, you getting into this. But how does a young kid go oh man, airline sim management? Yeah!
So so this is made by Koei, and I was playing a bunch of Koei games at the time, like Uncharted Waters and Enendo.
Oh, so this wasn't even your first rodeo, huh?
No, I was just playing all these Koei games, and I was just at the rental store, and it's like, oh, this game's made by Koei. I'll just try it out. And
Yeah.
I rented it for a week.
Even the box art, the Western box art, looks hella dull. It's just this dude in this suit just sitting at a desk.
Yeah. I was just I just rented it for a weekend with a cousin because I'd always hang out with a cousin some weekends at a different grandma's place, and just rented it. It's let's try it out, and of course he kicked my butt because he was older than me.
Yeah.
But and then I just kind of fell in love with it. I like stats games.
Yeah.
I'm not
So this is this is just all stats is all this is, right?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. We got freaking miles.
I don't
to
even
the
wait. What's that?
destination.
What's that top menu telling you? 380, 280. What?
So this is gonna tell me. So the 280 is the number of seats that the airline, the plane holds. So how many passengers I can
Okay.
get. 6,000 is the maximum distance. Fuel B means it's got good fuel, so it's not going to cost as much to run. And then
Fuel efficiency.
Fuel efficiency, and the 3 is how many I have left. So I got to make choices for Tokyo is 4,600 away, so obviously I can't use this one because it's too.
Right.
It's not going to make it. And then I got a choice. Do I want my A310, my DC-10? So. Now, granted, I don't know how all the stats work. I never got into the deep lore of it because.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, I was
somewhere on YouTube there is an Aerobiz lore explanation video.
Probably, and how all of it works together. I was just I'm making a profit. I'm doing good. I'm in elementary school. I can run Air Canada. Why not?
I mean, as long as the numbers are green, you're winning. So
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, I will have to say, like, it is. I like that they use the like the Mode 7, like the Super Nintendo Mode 7 feature for the flight animations. That's that's a really good use of that kind of that sprite rotation tech that really only Super Nintendo could do back then.
Yeah, see, that's actually cool that you noticed that, because as a kid, what's Mode 7 is what I would have said.
Yeah, like, well, we wouldn't know. Well, I mean, I didn't know what that was back then, right? But it's what powered a lot of games on the Super Nintendo and made it really special, like Mario Kart, for example. That game is entirely in Mode 7, so is F-Zero. And then, like, a lot of games like this one kind of use it, like, sparingly in, like, certain situations, and it's used, like, pretty well here, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the only action you kind of get in this game is seeing that flight.
High octane action.
It's just all flights all the time. Now, I really need to make a profit, or I am going to lose here quickly, because I am just siphoning money. Which one am I going to use? 160, yeah.
You mean you're bleeding money?
Bleeding money, yes, thank you. That's...
You'd be winning if you were siphoning money off someone.
I guess it's just the Rickyisms in me. But
I mean, if this plane can go from 0 to 20, man, we'll be in good shape.
I mean, I'm hoping it does go 0 to 20 really quickly. We're gonna see, because I need the cash.
Is this kind of like your money making route right here, Vancouver to Honolulu?
I'm hoping it's gonna be. Like, one of the tricks is, like, right now I have no competition on this route.
Hawaii is 2 islands, apparently. All right.
Welcome to 1992, Koei. So yeah, one of the early tricks is I gotta figure out how to maximize, prices and such. And right now, I don't have competition, so I can kind of, up the costs, be a greedy capitalist. But once there's expansion and some of the computer players kind of get in on the same routes, then it's a fight to, like, who's got the better service, who's got the better prices, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Which could be a problem. 15%. LA, they're rich. They can afford an extra $62 a week or a flight. Tokyo.
So this game got a sequel.
Yeah, Supersonic.
Right? I saw that it's on Genesis too.
Yeah, both games are on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis.
Yeah. Did you get that one too?
So I did. It's actually way better than this one.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say way better. This one's very simplistic and easy. The other one's got more depth to it, but it's a lot harder, and it takes a lot longer to play. So,
yeah.
For example, this one, you see the whole world, and you can fly anywhere in the world, and there's only like 20-some cities. And part of it is I have to connect every single city together at some point. In Supersonic, it's more continental based, so, like, you'll still have the same 4 players, but now they're divided by continents. So someone might be put in, like, London, and they have all these other cities in Europe, like Paris, Rome, Nice, Zurich, and everything to do things with. So there's a little more challenge there.
Yeah. Okay, what is this annual report? What are we looking at here?
So every year you get an annual report that kind of tells you how people are shaping up overall. So
Oh, okay, so Japan Air is leading.
Japan Air is leading in passengers and profit. I am at least not the worst. I'm doing better than USA Air in terms of profits.
Hey man, you're the third. You're the third best.
Yeah, but at least I made some money here. So yeah, the annual report is how I did the whole year.
Okay.
So at the start I was like, a bleeding money, and now I'm making some profits. So I'm quite happy. So as long as I stay the course, I'll be okay.
Oh, okay. See the AI is making some moves.
Yeah.
Opening routes.
Paris to LA. Delhi.
Do you have to do business dealings with the other players?
The only business dealing is if we compete for the same route. So, for example, we know there is one of the other computers is based in New York. So if I do a route from Vancouver to New York, which is what I'm going to do when I can afford it in in a while, if they do one from New York to Vancouver, then we'll be competing. So we'll kind of have like this showdown of who gets the most passengers and the most money and such. So,
all right. I like this very jazz influenced soundtrack.
Yeah, just love the jazz music in Japan, man.
It's pretty groovy.
Yeah, and this is the Vancouver music. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, oh, Honolulu. Ooh, that one. This is a tricky one. So, if you notice in the bottom right corner, you'll see like the little people figures. Those are my passengers I got during the quarter. It's not full, so that means something's wrong. So either the fare is too high, or I have too many flights, or something. So
how do you know, or do you just have to kind of like flip switches around until it fills up?
So you can flip switches around, or you can just go to your managers and ask for their advice, and they might just tell you up the fare, or change the plane, or increase flights, or something like that.
Do you know what's wrong, or are you gonna ask them, or what?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance this turn, and I'm just gonna lower the fare, which I did, and then if it isn't fixed next turn, I'll just ask them. But yeah, when we're talking about music, so like, here's there's not New York, so why can't I get different music? Like there's
nice.
There's some Lima music.
That's pretty good.
And where's I guess South America. So my mistake. I guess it's by continent. I thought it was by city. Got some Beijing.
Nice.
And oh yeah, I actually liked London as a kid. So it's all a bit different.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so at least it's not like the same always.
Yeah.
It's not like a Friday the 13th NES soundtrack, or it's the
Oh
same.
god. Oh, that one song. It's a cool song, but like
if it's the only thing you hear.
It's the only song in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very mellow soundtrack here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty chill game, looks like. I feel like... wait, when did this game come out?
This came out in 1992.
92, so yeah, I'm gonna look at some, like... I mean, if you were like into sim games, I feel like there was not a lot of competition back then. Like, when did SimCity come out?
Oh, geez.
I'll figure it out here.
On the Super Nintendo?
1990. Yeah, on SNES, I think 1991.
Yeah.
There was like, I'm trying to think. As far as sim games go, like I don't really know them very well because I was not into that as a kid, but I knew a friend that really liked Populous, and I like SimCity,
Yeah.
and those are basically the only two that I can think of that were around at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the biggest market and such there. So
I mean, at least in America.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of these games in Japan.
yeah, I mean Koei that's all they do is just sim games. Right.
So where does this game stand, like in the pantheon of Koei Sims on the SNES?
Oh man, that is a tough one. That's a tough one. Oof. I mean, I own it. So
You did. I was there when you found this cart, I believe.
yeah, I mean, I own it in Japanese and in English, boxed and everything.
Oh,
for both.
you have both versions boxed.
Yeah,
So good.
I do. It's I'm just like, okay. I loved it as a kid, so I'm just like, I gotta get it when I see it.
Yeah.
And but in the terms of just Koei sim games, I mean, that's a tough one. Because they made a bunch, so I'd say Supersonic's probably the best one that they have on the system.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just because it's a lot more random and such. So like when I play the game, like usually they're gonna pick in this one, like there's gonna be an American, there's gonna be like London or something, or like Tokyo. So you're always going against like the same dudes all the time.
Yeah.
But in Supersonic, like there's like 100+ cities. So there's more variety.
Yeah.
It still gets annoying when you're like, I'm gonna pick New York, and then they take Los Angeles too, and I'm like, well, this is gonna get dumb really quickly. But but at least I'll go against like Sydney or like Lagos or somewhere else a lot more often than here.
I see some world events going on here.
Yeah, so we got the Olympics in Sydney, so that should bring a lot of visitors to that city. And
so these are all scripted events. These will always happen at the same time every game.
certain ones, so like and around the certain time. So man, I'm still losing money. I suck at this game. I'm so rusty.
Get your cousin in here.
Oh
Show us
yeah,
how to play.
He would just whip me. I only beat him when he took it easy. I don't know what kind of shenanigans he did, but yeah. So I think there might be like a turn or two difference of when things are like set off for events, but they are scripted. So that Iran war will always happen, no matter what. And all right, I got to.
What are some of the random events that you can get?
So you can get the Olympics. You can get the one you don't want is an airline crash.
Yeah.
So that's why I always go maintenance really high, quickly. You can get an airline strike. So if you have too many flights at one time, they'll just strike and be like, you're not paying us enough. So that can hurt. what other random ones are there? I think those are like the 3 big ones. But some of the other scripted ones are like, you got the Iraq-Iran War, you have the fall of the Soviet Union, which is pretty neat, because we're in the 83 to 2003 timeline, so we'll actually see it at some point if we play far enough. And that reminds me of something cool to show, which people of this generation, like the 2000s, won't know about, is so here are the places I can buy my planes, and you have all like the real world manufacturers, so like Boeing and Globus and MDC, Airbus and such. But this is before the fall of the Berlin Wall, so you have the Soviet one here, Markov. I'm not an Eastern Bloc country, so I can't buy from them. So that's really neat, and it's the vice versa. Cool. If I chose Moscow, I can't do any of these ones. So that's a pretty neat little like real world situation they added in here.
A little artifact of the Cold War here.
Yeah, especially considering like one little gimmick they have in the game is the company that you have the most planes with, you will get a discount later. So sometimes it's better to just choose a company and just stick with them, because they'll be cheaper in the long run. So so it's pretty cool. And of course, once the Berlin Wall falls, boom, you know, you can get all the planes. But the Markov planes are just absolute trash in this game, so you never want them.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So
heard it here first. Don't buy Russian.
Yeah, don't buy Russian in 1985. Yeah. Oh.
Boy, how are we looking here?
We're you know what?
What's that pink bar?
So the pink bar
profit. Oh,
is my profit. Yeah. So I'm getting bad passengers, bad profit. I'm just,
All right. So overall, looking good. Anyways, it's all about the long game.
Yeah, I was mocking the U.S. too quickly. They're just whipping me right now. That's a good amount of profit. That is like a flight a turn is what they're making. So that's pretty good. But yeah, I think we kind of showed off everything here with Aerobiz.
Yeah.
I think my final rating for this is anyone who wants to play like an old school sim game, who really wants airline management. It's still a good game.
Not exactly a crowded market.
Yeah.
So.
But it's still a good game, considering like the aesthetics are very simple. There's nothing that, you know, is gonna ruin the eyes. The mechanics are pretty easy to get into, and you know, there's nothing atrocious about the game. Is it like a Sim City? Is it something that's gonna really get you addicted? Probably not, but it's, you know, it's worth a chance if you can find it on the cheap. So, you know, I still give it a good thumbs up to play today.
Yep. Put it on the box. Yeah. I give it a good thumbs up.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it for this session of Flashbacks, ladies and gentlemen.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you next time.
All right. Later.